Okay, one of my friends sent me this video, and then one of my subscribers also sent me this video to react to. So apparently, Billy Corgan, who from the Smashing Pumpkins, and I've been discovering their music, so it's funny that I'm reacting to them now. But becoming a big fan of the Smashing Pumpkins music. So yeah, make sure you guys leave in the comments section below if you're a fan of the band, what your favorite songs are from the band, and I'll see if I can get some of those reactions done on the music channel. But the title of this video is Billy Corgan addresses the Bill Burr half-brother situation. Now, I don't know if this is a joke or if they're really half-brothers. I'm assuming it's a joke because they're both white and bald, but we'll see what's going on with it. Let's check it out here.
The Rogan experience.
How many times a day do you get bombarded by
The Joe Rogan experience.
How many times a day do you get bombarded by the whole Bill Burr thing?
When it gets into the family and people I haven't talked to for 20 years.
Then you have to break character and tell the truth?
No, the thing is, this is what's crazy. Okay. You want the whole setup story?
Sure.
I could be quick about
Sure.
it. So where I tape my podcast is in one of Howie Mandel's buildings, and he has another building in this area. So I was working on something, and I was supposed to go on Howie's show that day. And they said, Howie will meet you out in the street or something for whatever reason. So I go out in the street, and the first thing Howie says to me when he sees me, he goes, "Here comes Bill Burr." And I go, "You too? Like, do you know this story?" And he said, "No, I don't know about it." And I said, "You know what? Heck with it. I'm just going to tell it on your show, so don't ask me anymore." And I went on a show, and I told this story about how 10 years ago my stepmother came to me and said, "Do you know who Bill Burr is?" I never heard of Bill, didn't know who he was, because I don't really consume much popular culture. I had no idea he was a famous comedian. He could have been the lawnmower guy. Looked up Bill. First thing I saw was like, oh my God, he looks just like Daddy. When I was 18 years old at an IHOP on my 18th birthday, my father told me, "You have a half-brother that I sired."
First of all, this guy has to be at least 50 talking about Daddy. All right. He looks just like Dad, but I thought it was a joke. They do kind of look alike,
When I was 18 years old at an IHOP on my 18th birthday, my father told me, "You have a half-brother that I sired at the same time as you, whose name is Bill." So suddenly these facts come together. My mother telling me these stories. I talked to my dad subsequently about it, and he was very cagey about it. And when I said, "Why won't you tell me where this person is or who this person is?" he said, "I'm trying to protect you." So when my stepmother had told me, it kind of made sense. Like, well, if my half-brother is the super famous comedian, my dad, in a way, wouldn't want me to know because he wouldn't want me to feel like I was number two because Bill's so famous. I know it sounds crazy, right?
You think that's why he was trying to protect you?
Well, I don't know. So fast forward to Howie saying something on the street. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to say something. And I swear to God, hand on my heart, last time I was with you in California, I almost pulled you aside after we were on, and I was going to tell you the story because I knew you knew Bill, and I was going to back channel see if there was anything to the story.
Don't tell me this is real. I thought this was a gag the whole time, but the way he's telling this story makes me think that they're really brothers, which would be crazy. Two extremely talented, famous brothers, okay? Him for the Smashing Pumpkins and Bill Burr being one of the funniest comedians to ever live. This is crazy.
From Bill's side.
Wow.
So imagine 6 or 7 years since we talked on your show.
Yeah, I don't even know.
2018, somebody said to me today. But so anyway, sorry to talk over you. But the point is so here I am, fast forward, I'm just sick of seeing memes of my face with Bill's, and so I just decide on a spur of the moment, So Howie, of course, loves it. But I said on Howie's show that first time, I don't think Bill's my half-brother. I don't think there's anything there other than an uncanny resemblance.
Yeah, just grow a beard.
Fast forward, the thing comes out, it gets a little bit of social media, and then it goes away. And I think, good. And Bill didn't say anything, so I figured Bill was kind of like, whatever. It was a mild amusement. He could have made a joke out of the whole thing, and he didn't. So then Howie calls me, and I'm in L.A. working recently, and Howie's like, "Will you come on the show? Bill's going to be on." And I said, "Is Bill cool with it?" "Oh, yeah, no problem." So then I go there, and it's like, it turns into this thing that you see happening on camera. It's like, it's weirdness times, it's like a skit, but it's real. And Bill's on me, then Bill's on Howie, and it gets just, okay.
Oh, I got to see this.
I just told you basically everything I know, okay? I have people I've known for 20, 30 years coming up to me going, "What do you think?" And I said, I don't think we're related. I mean, yeah, there's a resemblance, but I don't think we're related. "Well, did you get a DNA test?"
Right.
And I'm like, "No, I don't. There's nothing to get a DNA test for."
Oh, my God.
"Well, I think he's your brother." So people that know me and I'm telling him I don't think he's my brother, now they want a DNA test
Right.
to prove it. That's how much it's taken on a
Do
life
you think
of
it's
its
just
own.
because they want a DNA test because it's fun if he's your brother?
No.
Are they from the same city?
They're convinced.
For real, for real?
Yes.
Really?
For real. I swear to God. I mean, people I'm close to, people that were at my wedding, I'm like, they're like, no, you need a DNA test.
Did Bill's dad know, well, did your dad know Bill's mom?
No, my father wouldn't talk to me about it at all. Okay, some more context.
Okay.
My stepmother in that same time, 10 years ago, when she told me that she thought Bill Burr was my half-brother.
Jesus.
This guy I don't know, right? I mean,
Yeah.
just imagine if I say, hey, do you
Right.
know Joe Polanski?
Right.
And you look up and it's a famous comedian. That's, you know, I mean, that was...
Right.
Yeah.
So in that same thing with my stepmother, she told me that she thought my father had sired 12 children.
Whoa.
You know,
All over the place.
You know, well, back in those days, a man could have a whole nother family right across town, and you don't even know about it. You know, before the technology age, and you have a few different families, or they'll just leave, just walk off. Like I know I have a brother who I've never met. I had a sister who I hadn't met, and then we met by accident because someone says, "Hey, you know, you look just like this person I know," and then we ended up meeting. But there's still a brother named Robin who exists, who I have never met. You know, on my mother's side. So, you know, this type of stuff is real. You know, he could be famous. And then parts of my family tell me that I'm related to Kid Cudi, which I don't believe as well. But that's another rumor amongst my family.
all over the place. He was a traveling musician and a whore to his own admittance.
Right.
So it kind of makes sense. He once told me he'd slept with 1,000 women. So
Jesus.
12 out of 1,000, you know what I mean? It's
Right.
Normal odds.
The math is
Actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Papa was a Rolling
And
Stone.
so when I went to my father and I told him what my stepmother had said, he got really cagey and wouldn't tell me anything. He promised me that he would write down the names of the illegitimate children on a piece of paper so
Oh
I could
my
find them
gosh.
after he died.
His dad was
Oh
tripping.
my-
And
God.
he's died, and there's no paper.
Oh my God.
So now I got people wanting DNA tests because they're convinced that Bill is my half-brother.
Is Bill willing to do a DNA test?
I think that's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
No, you have to do it.
no, that's what I'm saying. I mean, first of all, to Bill's credit, he's been. Everything you saw on camera was I think his general irritation on the thing, but he also kind of finds it funny because he's a comedian.
I thought it was a skit. I thought you guys put together a skit. I really did. I thought because I thought, Bill does a lot of acting. I thought you guys were just fucking around. You like pro wrestling.
Why does Joe look high?
I thought you guys just decided to
Okay.
troll the world.
Let me put it to you this way: have you ever seen it? And I'm assuming, but you tell me if I'm wrong. Two guys get in the ring to roll around a bit, right?
Okay.
They're bros. They're going to roll around a bit. Emotions kick in, and next thing you know, somebody's tapping somebody out.
Right.
Do you ever
Yeah,
see that happen?
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in the heat of that moment with Bill and Howie egging it on, like the emotionality of the thing came out because it's a sort of it's sort of a weird thing.
funny.
We're suddenly in the middle of a situation. It's like a meta situation.
Right.
So yes, on some level we were playing along, but then it starts to become like, wait, this is kind of weird, and then it starts.
And what's funny is that, from what I know, I don't know much about Billy Corgan, but he strikes me as a very serious guy. And Bill is a serious guy as well, but he's serious and funny. So they're like opposites. That's what makes it even funnier, like polar opposite brothers.
Right.
So, yes, on some level we were playing along, but then it starts to become like, wait, this is kind of weird. And then it starts to kick in, and then Billy Bush is in there, and it took on a life of its own.
I got to check this
So what
video
I'm
out.
saying is there's enough there that people are all over me to come up with more answers. But you see what I'm saying?
I do
It's like
see.
it's spun out of control into its own thing. Now it's a DNA test problem. Which is a bit on its own. Like, we're going to do like a live stream. We'll do it here. Me, you, and Bill. You know what I mean?
Well, people would trust you if the two of you got together and just both took a DNA test and found out you were brothers.
I don't think Bill's my half-brother. But he looks...
Well, listen, there's a simple way to find out. I'll finance it. How much is a DNA test? How much does a DNA test
Yeah,
cost
where's Maury?
to find out if someone's your sibling, Jamie? Let's find out. It can't be that much money. It's 2025. I'll do it.
We'll get it sponsored.
Yes, maybe 23andMe. But didn't they sell out to somebody? Somebody buy them? $200.
There you go.
I'll pay $200
Yeah.
to find
Do
out.
they have technology to, if you have a long lost sibling, you know what I mean, and you want to find out who they are, because the only thing I know about my brother that exists is his name is Robin. If its name is still Robin, but his name, I think he went into foster care or was adopted or something like that. But I don't know how advanced technology is, but in this case, just do it for shits and giggles. Why not?
Why would you want to know? If I thought somebody was my half brother, I'd be like, for real?
Right.
I don't think it's
If
necessary.
I found out Sebastian Maniscalco was my half brother, I'd be like, I could kind of see that. Maybe.
Again, all I know is I don't think, but when I look at him, he looks just like my father.
Right.
Like, he doesn't look.
He looks
we
like
look
Daddy.
similar-ish, but when I look at him, he's got the same thing as my dad had. I don't know how to. You would know if somebody looked like your dad.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's where it's freaky for me.
Yeah.
And if you want to play the game one step further, you got two world-class communicators. People might argue against me calling myself a world-class communicator, but I've been doing it for over 30 years.
You're a world-class.
God bless. So
Okay, I got to check out the podcast.
it's not too crazy that you'd have one guy go this way and one guy, you know what I mean?
Not at all.
Yeah.
No. Especially when you consider how many different ways you've gone. Like, not just Smashing Pumpkins, but pro wrestling. You know, it's like
And now I'm entering your
He was in
game.
pro wrestling?
Podcasting.
Wow. Okay. All right. It's a lot I got to learn about Bill. Billy. Billy Corgan, Bill Burr. It's funny. Do I think that they're half brothers? Stranger things have happened. Okay. What about you guys? Have you ever met a long lost brother or cousin that you didn't know, and especially found out they were famous? I'd be curious to know in the comment section below. The way I met my sister was just someone. What's the real story behind that? I think she was talking to someone and they said, "You look just like this person that I know." Okay. And then things kind of fell into place then. And then they found me, they contacted me, and I met my sister. It'd be nice if the same thing happened with my brother, but it's no big deal. You know what I mean? You can't miss what you never had. But I think the joke is funny. I think that it's funny to keep it going. It does sound ridiculous, but stranger things have happened. They do have an uncanny resemblance towards each other. They're both highly intelligent. And what do you guys think in the comment section below? If you like the video, do me a big favor and like the video, subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff, so you stay up to date just in case I post a video you want to see. And yeah, this is crazy.